Hello. Today I am going to tell you a story. The story of dungeons. To tell this story properly, I need to go back in time to July 7th, the release of Catacombs. At this time, I hadn't played much on this account and spent most of my time playing with my friend on my co-op. My friend and I tried dungeons for a little bit, but quickly realized that we didn't have any of the gear we would need to actually have fun playing dungeons. Now, don't get me wrong, I still thought dungeons was cool, I just didn't really understand how to play it. I liked that it changed the meta, but I also didn't understand the meta. A few months down the line, I did actually get back on to play some dungeons, but it wasn't because I wanted to play dungeons, it was because at the time I was trying to max out my Midas sword. And I know what you're probably thinking. Well, why wouldn't you just buy whatever it is off the auction house? What, you going for sharpness 6? That's not that hard to find on the auction house? No, I was not going for sharp 6. You see, there's a book that is even more powerful than sharp 6 that only Tomoika sells. Scavenger 5. I'm kidding, of course. You see, at the time of buying Scavenger 5, I had an ample supply of two things: money and stupidity. Oh, and by the way, I never actually found Tomoika. I just stalked the auction house until I found it one day. It was way more expensive than it even is with Tomoika, so yeah, I'm not sure how good of an idea that was. I should also mention, at this time, I wasn't really playing Skyblock that much. The reason I had so much money was because all I did every day was get on, collect my clay minions, and get off. That was it. At the time of making this video, I'm a senior in college, and it would be pretty embarrassing to trip at the finish line just because I want to play a block game. And to make sure I kept my grades up, last semester I didn't really play this game. But then, something amazing happened. During this pandemic, colleges are doing what they can to mitigate the spread of the virus, and my college decided to lump all of our vacation days all into winter break, meaning I had about a month and a half of doing absolutely nothing. So after enduring a brutal semester of college, it was finally time to get back into Skyblock. At this point, I'll be honest, I was pumped. It had been so long since I had a chance to play this game properly and work towards all the goals that I never got a chance to do. And after 4 long months of not being able to play Skyblock, it was finally time to tackle the piece of content that I never did: dungeons. Except, if you've looked at my stats, then you know that never actually happened. There's one thing you should know about me. I am a master at productive procrastination. What is productive procrastination, you ask? Well, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have homework in science class, except you really don't like science class. So instead of doing that homework, you do your math homework to avoid it. And then you do your English homework to avoid it. Then you do your social studies homework to avoid it. And then you've still not done it, but you still need to do it very bad because it's due the next day. That is productive procrastination. And while there's no due dates in Skyblock, eventually classes were going to start again, and my time that I had to play Skyblock was going to be cut short. As many of you may know, my biggest distraction against dungeons was farming. To this day, I still have no clue what compelled me to do that much work just for the sake of avoiding dungeons. But now, I have infinite farms to show for it, so I guess it's not that bad. Of course, farming wasn't the only thing I did. Sometime in the middle of building my farms, the Slayer Mayor Aatrox was voted in, and I once again had my attention taken away. One thing that I always wanted to do since I learned about Slayers was to get all of them to level 7. Of course, I had always assumed that this was more of a pipe dream, and never really considered it to be a possibility. But in a matter of 3 days, and a lot of hard work, every single one of my Slayers was level 7. And so, with that insane task completed, I went back to building my farms. But not too long after that, Marina got voted in. And once again, my attention got taken away because at this point, I figured why not get all the maxed fishing gear? And so, with a Rod of the Sea, complete shark armor, and even a legendary Megalodon, I figured, you know what, that's good enough, I can go back to building my farms. And can you guess what happened next? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't farm building. That's right, the Dwarven Mines were released. Now, in my last video, I jokingly made it seem like I didn't really want to do mining and all I cared about was farming. Yeah, that was a lie. The only reason I even went back to my farms was because I needed to finish building them. And once that was done, the only thing I wanted to do was mine. And so, I got all the best mining gear that I could. I'm still working towards some of it, but you know, I got a drill, I got glaciite armor, I got a silverfish pet, I'm doing alright. Oh, side note, during this time, I also managed to get my enchanting to level 60. I still can't even fathom how that was possible, but yeah, that's a thing. At this point, you've probably realized there's not much more content left for me to tackle. I mean, yeah, I could like do something stupid like getting my farming to level 60, but that's just pain. That's just pure pain. So naturally, there was only one thing left for me to do, right? Look, I never said my productive procrastination was perfect, and sometimes it has, well, glitches. And rather than doing dungeons, my brain told me to do achievements. You know, those things that don't actually give you an advantage in the game and just give you meaningless points. Yeah, I did as many of those as I could. But even in doing achievements, it was impossible for me to escape the need to do dungeons, since most of the achievements that I had left were related to dungeons. And so, there was nothing left to do. I had no choice. It was finally time to start dungeons. And I mean it for real this time. We're playing dungeons. If you haven't realized by now, the sole purpose of this video is to get myself to play dungeons. If I'm not going to do it for progress, then I'll do it for content. So obviously I haven't played dungeons in a while, and I'm going to need to figure out what gear I need. I think I have most of it still, but I want to be a mage this time, so I might need to go buy some new stuff. But first things first, I'm going to do what I learned all the way back in elementary school when I was procrastinating too much, and that is to make a list. Okay, first item on the list, we need armor, and since I want to be a mage, I don't think I can use my cool superior armor. I think I'm going to have to actually use probably, I guess, Wise Dragon armor. I don't know what dungeon armor is good for mages, so I'm just going to put down Wise Dragon armor. I'm also going to take my aspect of the end because I know that it's really important for moving around in dungeons. What else? Okay, this one took a little bit of research, but the next item I need is an item to heal with, and I think the Ornate Zombie Sword is the best. Obviously, I want the Florid Zombie Sword eventually, but for now, the Ornate Zombie Sword will have to do. Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm going to need a sheep pet. I actually remember this back from the pet update because everyone was talking about how good it would be for a mage class. I don't know why I had that memory out of everything, but yeah, sheep pet is very good for mages. And last but not least, we will need the Bonzo Staff, the wonderful ear-destroying weapon that used to plague every dungeon lobby. Those were the days. And now, finally, we gear up. Now that's more like it. Now, I've already done floor 1 like a million times already, but I figure it's a good place to test my gear out, so we'll see how we do. Oh my god, this is so loud. Oh, I hate it so much. Oh, okay, good. Here we go. A puzzle. Okay, Montgomery has the blessing. Cool. Okay, what other puzzles do we have? Oh, this one's so good. Okay, I learned a trick with this puzzle and it made me so happy. Whenever you teleport, you just go to the one diagonal from you. And if you just keep doing that, I don't know, like I haven't thought through the logic of it, but it works without fail every time. And boom, here we are. Like, it was nothing. That was so easy. God, I love that puzzle after knowing how to do it. I also love blowing these crypts up. I don't know why, but it's very satisfying. Okay, time to fight the boss. Oh my god! I didn't even realize. That is all of them. Hello, Bonzo. God, we just obliterated Bonzo. He did not stand a chance. Oh, we got an A. Nice. Okay, yeah, I think we can move on to floor 2. Alright, it's time to do floor 2 now. I don't know this one quite as well as floor 1, but I have watched people do it, and I think I get the idea. Alright, I want to find more puzzles. I actually really like doing puzzles. Ah, I don't like this. I don't like this. I will say, one thing that I still don't know about are the secrets. I can see that somehow I have 2 out of 4 here, but I don't even kind of know how to find the other 2. Wait, that bat was a secret? Oh, okay, I think I know how to find the other 2. Okay, time for the big boy. Yes, I did it. It was all me, and definitely not these guys having way better gear than me. I got an S? Oh, nice. Okay, now here's the real question. Did I get anything from it? Well, looks like we're doing the free chest again. As weird as it is to say this, I'm actually gonna try floor 3. I'll be honest, I was expecting to not have much progress in this video, but I guess we're moving on to the 3rd floor now. I definitely have a little bit of an ego after getting an S on floor 2, but I doubt this is gonna go nearly as well. Well, I was right about that. I think we need to go back to the drawing boards. That was really bad. So after doing some actual research, I found that most of these items are not going to help us beat floor 3, and we're going to have to make some upgrades. So first off, we need to upgrade our armor. Wise Dragon armor, it just really isn't cutting the mustard. So instead, we're going to use dungeon items. First off is Dark Goggles. And for the rest of it, we'll be using zombie soldier armor. And all of these need necrotic reforges aside from the chest plate, which needs loving. Oh, and this is kind of a weird side note, but I also need a bow that isn't the Runin's bow. Being able to shoot 3 shots is nice for things like Slayers, but when you need to hit a specific target on the Creeper puzzle or the Blaze puzzle, it's kind of an issue. Also, since it's not too expensive, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my Ornate Zombie Sword to a Florid Zombie Sword. And lastly, we're going to need to run floor 2 a few more times because we need to be level 9 to be able to use Zombie Soldier armor. And so, there's the updated list. I think with this, we'll at least have a fighting chance, and if not, then at least we can stay alive long enough for someone better than us to actually beat the floor. Alright, so I think I have everything that I needed. I'm Catacombs level 9, so I can actually use this armor now. And I also fixed up my mods because they looked really weird on my screen and it was bothering me. Also, the timing couldn't be more perfect because Mayor Paul literally just got voted in. I mean, honestly, I couldn't have planned that better if I tried, but I'm taking it as a sign of good fortune. Okay, here we go. I just ran into a shadow assassin. It's okay, I can kill him from up here. Yes! We just killed a shadow assassin. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 of us left, but we can make do. Okay, I don't know this boss fight at all. I forgot to look it up. I did everything else, but I forgot to look up this boss fight. I guess we just have to keep shooting these guardians. I don't really know what else we would do here. Do we have to kill them all at once? Is that the thing that I'm missing here? Okay, we did not do well on that. I really thought this would have gone better. Okay, so there's definitely work to be done there, but I think at this point we need to shift our focus. I've spent all this time thinking about how to beat floor 3, but I haven't actually taken the time to think what I'll do after I actually beat it. So now I am going to go do some research, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, so I've made some minor adjustments to my original list. Starting at floor 4 all the way to floor 7, we have a better idea of what we're actually working towards. And I thought it would be cool to, you know, add up all the costs and, you know, how long it might take. So let's do some calculations and see how much it will be. Okay, so I did the calculations and total cost is over 600 mil. Okay, how much do I have in my bank? 38 mil. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm like, I don't know, maybe 1/20th of the way there. That's good, right? That's good. And total hours, let's see how long it will take. Let me check. Okay, so it's going to take 300 plus hours to get everything that I want. And yeah, okay. Let me just check something real quick. Totally unrelated. Oh, okay. That's a lot of hours. That's like adding half of the total time I've played onto my current playtime, but yeah, that's great. On second thought, dungeons can wait.